So David, you've helped thousands of people and recovered hundreds of millions of dollars, in verdicts and settlements. But out of all that, what would be your greatest accomplishment?
I would say there's two. One of them involved a boy named Avante. Avante was a 14-year-old boy who was, for a host of horribly negligent reasons, allowed to walk out of school, run away, and run towards the East River, which was a couple of 100 feet away from the school. We led the search for Avante for 3 months because he wasn't found for 3 months. And it went on and on and on. It was tragic watching his mother and family not knowing where this poor boy went. And it's not just losing a child, it's losing a special needs child for whom you feel a special protectiveness. And eventually he was found in the East River, 11 miles north. We won the case against the city of New York. We got Mom a great settlement, and all of that was wonderful. I recently saw her. I was very happy for her because we're celebrating the 5th year anniversary of Avante's Law. Avante's Law is the one time in my career that I was actually able to get a statute passed. And it wasn't me individually. There was a lot of people involved. But we actually were part of getting a statute passed, changed the law, and they put in alarms in 1,500 schools in the city of New York, and they review the system for security for schools that are what they call District 75 schools, schools that take care of special needs children. And there's a federal law that was passed that provides funding for GPS devices to be used as tracking devices for children who have special needs. So that's not just winning a case. And the other one involved a woman who was put in jail for 4 years for allegedly stabbing someone to death 21 times, who had DNA proof that she didn't. Yet she sat there and rotted in Rikers Island for 4 years. It was a horrible thing that you can't explain why something like that would happen. We appealed to the Court of Appeals. My son actually wrote the brief for leave to appeal to the Court of Appeals. Court of Appeals takes about 5 in 100 requests for leave to appeal. And this was a unanimous decision. They weren't going to take it. But what we were able to show was that federal cases didn't throw out these kind of cases, yet state court cases are throwing them out all the time. And we went to the Court of Appeals with that. They gave us the right to appeal. I argued the appeal. And not only did we win the appeal, but the landscape of the law changed. I received phone calls from people afterwards who handle those type of cases saying, "Oh my God, what'd you do? You changed our ability to sue police and the city of New York when people are maliciously prosecuted." That's what this is about. It's about false arrest and malicious prosecution. So that was a change in the law through case law.
So it'll affect thousands of people in the future.
It'll affect thousands of people.
I feel like you got a little Superman symbol on there because you're now helping, like, again, thousands of people that you've never even met before because of that law. It could save a kid's life today.
I can't fly. I'm not Superman, but there are times that you feel pretty super about yourself, and that's what counts. If you can pat yourself on the back and say, okay, I did something good today, something that'll have lasting effect on the world. I'm not just another suit.
Right. Making an impact.
Making an impact.